For me to be kind of cool with everybody who's cool with me, and I watch his fights, he watch my fights, he wish me luck, I wish him luck. We go back and forth in the DM sometime. I mean, he's cool people. He's cool people.
As a boxer, I know you're a fight fan. What about Charlo do you like? What's his I know he's super exciting, obviously, the knockouts, all that kind of stuff.
The knockouts, the trash talk. I love his fighting style. He's like, to me, he's straight to the point. He gets in there, hands up, he got a great stance, he got great balance, and he let his hands go. And that's something I love about Charlo. You're never going to get a boring fight with him, no matter who he gets in the ring with.
What kind of style would you say he has? I mean, I see a lot of that Texas boxer, puncher, Ronnie Shields style in him. I know you're a student of the game. What do you see?
He's a boxer puncher. He's definitely not like a boxer who just moves, but he do have good defense. He got a good stance, and he let his hands go. So if he can get the shots off, he will. But also too, like if you make him think and use his jab, and he got to move like he did against Matt Korbach, he'll do that too. So he's not just a one-trick pony. He can kind of do a lot of things.
Now, a lot of people always make the distinction between him and his brother, that his brother was the slickster and he was the knockout artist.
No.
How do you see them? Break them down for me, the two different Charlos.
I see the big Charlo as being the one that's more slicker and smart.
Wow, okay.
I see the younger one as being the knockout. Like, Jamel is the one who goes in there and gets the knockouts, and he may go out of rounds with guys, but he's the one who's looking for the big shot to get the knockouts. He's not a boxer like Jamal at all, to me.
Okay, now here's the one. They're both in the room. Can you tell them apart?
Somebody said something about a birthmark.
Yeah, the big one has the birthmark on his forehead. He's a little bit taller too. Jamal.
Maybe I can tell him part by side. I'm about a $170.
Okay.
I think Charlo today was about a $175. So I'm quite sure that the other Charlo will be a little smaller, I think.
Yeah.
Part by their face, no.
What do you think about him saying 54, 60, 68? Even I asked him if he'd fight Kovalev beat Canelo. He said, yeah, he'd do it. So, like, that's that real warrior mentality that I know you share yourself, being somebody who goes up and down in weights as she pleases.
You mean going down?
Down, yeah. Yeah, well, starting from the top, going down.
So
yeah.
That's just a real fighter for you. Somebody who will fight anybody. And, hey, if you got the check, we got the fight. That's how it is. So I think that with Charlo, he's very competitive. He trains for Earls because I know he's a hard worker and everything. So, I think he can do it. I think that he's a big guy too. He gets kind of big and he loses all the weight to get down for the fight. So I think he can go to any way he want to go to a fight.
Speaking of Errol Spence, got into that crazy car accident. Everybody saw the footage, whirling in midair. He's fine. He put a post up on his Instagram story. I'm a savage, no broken bones. What you think about that? You just made that face. What does that mean?
Hey, look, man, he cheated death, bro.
Okay.
Look, and he should be. Yeah, I'd be happy about that too. Like, I'm not. Look, regardless of what's going on afterwards, he should be happy he's still alive. I don't know why people want him to be sad because of the other stuff that's connected with
You think the media digs too deep into words? Like, they don't understand savage is just like, we just talking slang. Like, he just saying, he's not saying
he's
like.
A warrior.
Yeah, exactly,
like, Look, he survived a car crash. No broken bones. You're a warrior. That's all it is. Like me, honestly, I'm somebody, I loved it. I loved it. I sent my heart like, he made a post. He's good. But everything that comes after that, all right, but all in all, he got in a bad car accident. He lived. That's all that really matters. Everybody don't live.
Okay, now to close it out, I got to talk about Patrick Day just because it was so tragic. I know you've in the past talked about wanting women's fights to be on the same keel as men fights with the 3-minute rounds, things like that. I mean, everyone's trying to figure out what's the answer to stop these tragedies from happening. We've had 3 deaths in the last, I think, 3 or 4 months. So, like, is there an answer? Have you meditated on this at all? Is there something you've thought of, like what can change in boxing?
I just look at the fight with Patrick Day, and he's, oh my God, he was such a great fighter. Just tough. He could box. I think that it's not a fighter's job we have to do enough fighting in the ring to protect ourselves, right? When it comes to all boxers got that heart to where we're not going to quit. And when you're not going to quit, you have to have that person in the corner who love you and care about you, be the person to tell you, look, we're going to quit today for right now. And worry about the rest later. And I think that the ref failed him doing that.
Okay.
And I think, I don't want to put too much on his coach. I know that him and his coach was close, but after the second knockdown, I thought they should have ended it. But he kept getting up, he kept fighting, he was a warrior. And overall, besides anything, Pat same mentality as myself. We love boxing. We know what we're getting ourselves into, and I think that Pat was one of the nicest guys you'll meet in boxing. I had the pleasure of meeting him. And I mean, he chased me down at the Barclays just to get a picture. And that picture turned into a 15-minute, 20-minute talk where we just laughed about everything. And it's just sad. And you don't want to see that happen to any boxer.
And let me just ask you the inverse, being the person who inflicts that punishment, being like Charles Conway. What's the mentality? I mean, you know, like we saw his post. He's super like guys. I mean, you go back to Sugar Ray Robinson. He killed a man in the ring. He was never the same afterwards. It's a double-edged sword, right? It hurts that guy equally as much. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Say over and over again that he want to kill somebody in the ring. But I can tell you 100% that he don't. That's all talk. Nobody wants to kill anybody inside the ring. Do we want to knock out? Yes. Do you want to win the fight? Yes. But nobody wants to kill anybody. And I know that Charles, I actually inboxed him too. And I said, you know, stuff happens, but y'all both just wanted to win. You know, so don't be too hard on yourself about it. And I just think that with boxers, some of us lose too much weight to get down for these fights, and when we're dehydrated, it makes it more easier to get concussions and brain damage. And I think, I don't know if that played a part. I really can't figure it out. Only his team knows.
I know it's hard to put yourself in the shoes. How would you feel if you were the one who took somebody's life in the ring? How would it affect you? Would you be able to go on with your career?
I would have to go on my career. That's my only job that I ever had. But I would say that I cried yesterday and I cried today because Patrick Day's passing. And it's not something that's easy to deal with. If I was the person in the ring who he's fighting against when it's occurred, it'd probably hurt a lot more because you feel like it's your fault. You're the one who inflicted that pain. But at the end of the day, us as all boxers know it's either me or you. We don't think about it's either me dying or you dying. We just like either me winning or you losing. And that's all Charles was thinking. So he don't have nothing to feel guilty about. You know, he went there and did his job. And I really just hate that it was a death, period, because Patrick Day was just the best person ever. And I mean, like, how humble he was. I feel like, even though I love talking shit, that's just who I am. I feel like I want to be just as good a person as him because nobody's saying anything bad about him during his past. You can't say one mean thing about Patrick Day. Not one.
Not one. Clareesa, appreciate your time as always. Thank you, Gwo.
Hey, Clareesa, I just got one question.